You really can't go wrong playing on Auto Battler. It's fun. It's a bit like having like an ant farm, but instead of just like, you know, one type of ant, you put two different species of like ants inside their tank, or two different colonies, and you watch them like go to war with each other. And they basically like try to eat the other ant. That's what Auto Battlers are like, right? Except the other ants, in this case, are just robots. Imagine you have two AIs, and then you put a human in the suit of an AI, and they have to go fight, like Tron. This is Legendary Creatures 2, The Exorcism Journey. I didn't know that this had a subtitle. I'm gonna be really honest with you. It's late right now. It's if you want a time frame, it's November 11th, well 12th technically, now at 2 a.m. It's because the stream today was very, very short. I could only read like one story, had to go do some things. And I figured, you know what, it kind of sucks to have like one single video come up for like a single session. So I figured, why not? Why not do just a little bit more? So I decided, well, let's just go ahead and play some Auto Battlers. I play this game a lot when I'm rendering videos, for obvious reasons. It's a very low sort of like, you know, brain power game. It's a very low graphics game. You can just play the game, render the video, and then when it's done, upload it and think of a funny clip for the video title and stuff, and it basically works. You may notice that compared to my progress last time, I don't have any more levels. I don't know what happened, but I reformatted, I lost all my levels. My assumption is that when the game got a recent update, that they had to reset the difficulty levels because they did rebalance their game. Now, if you don't know this game, as a quick rundown, it's an auto battler where you go across an entire map. It's very difficult to explain, but imagine like the Final Fantasy overworld map, right? Final Fantasy, let's say 7. Most of us have probably... I don't want to say Final Fantasy 10, because like... I'm just trying to think of like, what's a good Final Fantasy? Like, what if you've never played Final Fantasy? Just, okay, so you walk around on the map, right? And you're trying to find, like, you know, stuff. And you gain power. That's the main difference in this auto battler. That's actually the main shtick of this. The other main shtick that I've noticed about this auto battler compared to other auto battlers is that you can choose your composition of team, and you can level up your team very specifically. You don't have to find copies of units, you just level them up by experience. It plays more like an RPG auto battler than it does an actual auto battler game. It's a bit like if you had a turn-based RPG, but you didn't have to deal with, like, you know, choosing every action, right? Oh, best comparison. You know, Final Fantasy 12. one of these Final Fantasies has got to work. One of these Final Fantasies has got to work. And so I figured that, you know, it'd be nice to play this game and show you all sort of what's all new inside this game. There's actually quite a few new things. A lot, actually. There's a holy shit, tough as steel. There's a lot of new, like, mechanics that we got, such as the black market. We can now, get null. That costed how much? It costed 200, Jesus Louises. Okay, so, that was a bad move. I think this run may be scuffed, but I resolved to not re-roll, okay? Plus, it's not on the Switch. You guys saw my Suika game playthroughs, right? Where my Switch would randomly restart the game. Such an odd bug. I've been trying to figure out why my Switch does that. I really can't figure it out. It's strange. Anyways, once you build up your power and like army enough, you can now tackle the Demon Servants as well as the Demon Lord. You can tell the relative level. Demon Lord is level 5. I'm level 1, and that's with 2 units. Okay, you basically don't hit level 5 until you have maybe 10 units. I've never really gotten to level 5 very consistently. I usually actually never beat the game. This is a very common theme in this channel, in this, you know, everything that we do in this channel. You must notice that there's no little face cam today. It's because it's way too dark. Again, it's 2 a.m. There's no moonlight. There's no moonlight. Do you know how I know? Because Luna said when we tried to get all the endings of that game. Like, I found out that there's no full moon today. In fact, there's gonna be no moon at all. There's just no moon. I don't know how that works. Listen, if I knew how the moon cycles worked, I wouldn't be here. I would be probably way more successful. Way more successful. But no, I'm joking. The reason why I'm here is because all of you are very, very nice. I saw the YouTube comments. You guys bring a tear to my eye. I really appreciate that. Y'all very, 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 very nice. For no particularly good reason. I'm not exactly like a very sort of like a entertaining person, I feel like. But at the same time, all of you have been very supportive in what I do. So hey, I appreciate all of you. every single one. It's also fun whenever a developer is like messages. And again, game developers, again, I'm a talentless hack who is like, you know, ribbing? Is it? It's not ribbing, is it? What's like the word? I feel like ribbing is like far too sexually charged of like a term, no? Like ribbing just like feels like, you know what I mean? Like it's ribbed. Or it has like, you know, ribs. Or maybe you work at Swiss Chalet and maybe that's your thing. Yeah, do you guys have Swiss Chalet in the States? Have I outed where I lived? Again? Wait, what? Cancel. Nah, I'm just kidding. I live in Canada. If you have no clue. I've said this like multiple times now in like videos. Anyways, it's nice to see the like comments. I read every single one as best I can. Sometimes it's life gets hectic and stuff. And the puppy is doing well. She's actually asleep right now. Again, if you don't know, there's a puppy that's like asleep. She's been on camera quite a few times. I was gonna put it on the camera, but if I turn on the light right now, she's going to wake up. Chat, I haven't had a good night's sleep in like days. Chat, I've been going a bit insane. Okay, I've been going just a tiny bit insane. Okay, because on my like in front of me is a child, right? And then my niece, who's also a child, she likes to come down to play with the dog, but then like she's also a child. So it's like I'm taking care of like two children. I'm doing it like double babysitting duties. Not that I mind you, but you know what I mean. So you can kind of tell by how much I'm like yammering on, how much my like voice is like stopping, stuttering. But what's new? But hey, I appreciate it. I really do appreciate the support. And you know what? It's okay if you don't support me either. I don't. How do I say this? How do I say this? How do I say this? It's cool if you don't want to support me. You know what I mean? What I'm trying to say is it doesn't matter. Like, listen, if you're here or not, it's cool. But if you don't want to be, that's also cool. I would do this anyways for the fun of it, and I would try to put on a show that hopefully people would have fun with too. And I would hopefully try to find interesting topics to ramble on about. But sadly, there's no interesting topics today, so I'll just get into this game instead. Well, there was something interesting. Holy shit, what a stack this area is. Dude, I can't wait to teleport back here and go... Wah, 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 wah. But you see the general flow of this game, right? I've discovered the meta strategy by watching videos on this game too. There's a lot of optimizations on this game within, like, you know, the Steam community, which is weird to say because the Steam forums are usually a cesspit. If you've ever seen the Steam forums, you typically know, like, hey, like, people are kind of like, you know, wild. The things they say about other people and like how like mean they are, yeah, it's a bit crazy. But you know what? In these Steam forums, it's all about efficiency. It's like that time when that like dude was like, hey, I can play this piano song better, and then they uploaded a video for the other guy to see that he played it better. It's a bit like that, but for this game, okay? I've never seen so much competition for this game ever before. There are so many people for this game that, holy shit, that's really good. I really want that. That are like, you know, super dedicated to, holy shit, that's amazing. That are really dedicated to, like, you know, making this like game work. It's fascinating to me, IMO, because this is a very niche game, right? It's why I like to celebrate game developers very, very often. Whether they're large or they're small, whether the concept is like out there or like not, I find that like creativity can come from all places, out of nowhere. You won't even expect it, and you can't even begin to predict what will possibly be the next big thing. This all comes from like out of a place of love too, right? People make these things because they really want to, because they feel like they want to put this out into the world for people to experience. And to me, that's a very commendable thing, IMO. A very commendable thing. It's why, you know, I always tell game developers, like, hey, like, if they ever happen to stumble upon like a video of me playing that like game, I always tell them, like, hey, look, I'm pretty bad at like games, and I'm a talentless hack, right? If I don't know, for instance, in Greener Grass Waits, that I can kill the monsters, that's on me. Although I will say that was kind of hard to tell. But you know what I mean? I'm not a golf god. I don't know what makes a good golf game or a good auto battler. All I do is I play, I say I have a winning strategy, chat, and then I lose that same turn. That's all I do. That's all I do. But it's fun to see all the comments. And I do read every single one. I just enjoy it. With this one thing that I've noticed about this, like, like doing this is that there's a lot more interaction between people that I didn't expect to see. I wonder if I should probably get this, because this would really help my damage dealer, actually. Yeah, okay, I'm never gonna afford a damage dealer though. So, strategy. My strategy. It is a 5% success rate, but I don't want to copy someone else's strategy, and I feel like I haven't seen any strategies, but I know that people can beat the game by like the first day, and I don't know how, but that feels cheesy. My strategy is as follows. You walk around the map. Yeah, stick. Yeah, that's how you explain it, stick. Yeah. So you walk around the map, you get all your stuff, you save up just enough money to recruit a level 4 unit. What I realized before that I was doing wrong is that I tried to spread all of my EXP around, right? It's a bit like real life. You only want to hire one single junior person. Ideally, they come with 5 years of experience, right? Then you spend all of your money on your executives instead, okay? That's the goal today. We're gonna hire one, this is already get the crit damage. What I mean is I'm gonna do that, but the opposite, right? So we're gonna hire one intern, we're gonna buff them all the way up, and then our executives are going to starve. So actually, I'm doing. Should I say the U word? What is that? If you're working in an Amazon facility right now and you're on speaker, just like mute me for like 10 seconds, okay? Starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm forming an in-game union, and I'm starving the capitalist warlords. Is that the term? Yes, that's it. Welcome back, all Amazon employees. I appreciate all of you for watching. With what little free time that you have to choose between watching me or pissing in a bottle. I'm glad that you chose me. Oh man. Yeah, you can tell that at this time I really would have enjoyed like streaming instead, but I had to go to sleep soon. Not that I want to. It's funny to me that, like, you know, people always say like, oh yes, I can totally go to sleep at any time. Whereas I'm over here and I'm like, no, I want to go to sleep. But I have to. Tomorrow I have to wake up early, play a game with a friend. We've been wanting to play Vampire Survivors, the co-op edition, for like a while. And I've been ignoring it. Holy shit, you can't keep doing this to me, dog. I got too many gems and not enough stuff. So yeah, that's what's going to happen. I think I got the entire map, actually. Wow. That was a very fruitful conversation. Hey, you know what I realized? Is I don't have enough money. I don't have enough money to buy a single unit because I spent all of my money buying fucking gems! It's fucking gems! Coin challenge ticket. I don't know what that means. Alright, that sounds cool. Alright, let's challenge someone. Here, you get 2... I know you're a healer, but you get 2 crossbows. So anyways, the point of this game is you have to actually, like, you know, kill the Demon Lord. And one of the ways that I'm going to be doing that is by doing this. I buff up all my units, I get a strong unit, I recruit them, and then I go and demolish someone. Do I use it now? It just says null. If you don't know what null is, it's a special type of variable, or value for a variable. And this is the source of 99% of bugs. If banking software specifically doesn't use this, because that's how you lose money. We're gonna use it because I don't know why we shouldn't. Oh no! Oh wait, he's a monster. He's too good. If this game, I do sometimes wish single player games had like an in-game chat. Not like I don't care if the chat doesn't go anywhere, right? I would want a chat so I can type, like, you know, get shit on. Like it'd be funny, right? Obviously it'd be a lot of work for like no reason, but I'm toxic. I'm toxic. But yeah, the game is extremely good. Once I get enough money, I'm gonna buy a high level 4 unit from either one of these castles, or inside the ruins if I can get deep inside, or even from the Exorcist League, which is a league of heroes who are gathered to slay the Demon King. It doesn't make them stronger. They just happen to also be wanting to do the same thing that I'm wanting to do. Is that even a sentence? I feel like that's like the run-on sentence that you're going to see in like a video very, very soon. Also, we're finally caught up, actually, if you notice on the channel. We finally caught up on every single video. We're actually up to date on every single video for every single stream. That has been a major achievement. And I'm talking a lot because it's the early game. Really, the meat and bones of this game kicks in once you hit level 3. But being able to finally catch up on like every single thing has been a massive, massive weight off my shoulders, off my back. I don't know. Well, where would you put your weight? Well, I mean, if you're deadlifting, it's your lower back. If you're it's not your lower back. If you're squatting, it's your legs. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. It's been good. So thankfully, hopefully, you're all enjoying those as well. Maybe we could do magic damage. Who cares about magic damage? When range cast skills, they do 50% miss damage to the 2 nearest enemies. Wait, wouldn't this just hit the same person? Like if there's one dude, they count as one. If there's one dude left, right? They count as the 2 nearest people. So it's just a double. It's just a double damage. Sick. We'll go with that. I'm pretty sure I can beat this guy up. I'm not gonna win. Don't even bother. I'm not gonna win. But once we're into level 3, that's when the real decision starts to get made. Because that's when you start to buy your units that build up your team composition. One thing that I've noticed about this game that it also does similar to other auto battlers is that even though you can level up your units and you can build your power and you can very finely craft even like the stats on the items to a very staggering degree to where it feels kind of like, you know, how do I say this? Difficult? It still doesn't feel like easy. It just feels like, ah, yes, you're doing something. Right? Like you're a sentence stick. One whole sentence for them. Can't you just say anything like meaningful for them? Anything at all. Just one word. Yeah, a string of words. That's what a sentence is, a string of words. When you get into being able to build such specific things, you tend to think like, oh, what ends up happening is you stat check and you body everything. But no, there's a very sort of like interesting way that this game does resource starvation. They do. The limitations upon you are such that you need to strategize heavily around what elements are available in your game. Not just a theoretical maximum, always. And the best part is, and I've said this about other auto battlers time and time again, unlike a PvP auto battler, which is it's single player, you have all the time in the world to really be able to sort of like sink your teeth into it and really figure out what is the best strategy in this particular game. You get to see all the variables laid out for you. Sure, there's a ticking time bomb in the miasma, but for the most part, you have time to be able to like think about, okay, what do you want to do? Is this the best way to do it? You have a lot of time. I realized I wasn't showing you the mouse, so when I was like hovering over things, nothing showed up. But that's, to me, one of the best things that this game has like done. It's a much needed improvement in the entire genre, IMO. Actually, I have enough money. Let's go and buy someone. Fuck. I canceled it. Holy shit, this guy's a monster. Holy shit, this guy's a monster. Yo. Welcome, warrior. What's your... Okay, one thing I do wish games had more was letting you name, like, people. Not people. Like naming units. Yes. Units. Now, I don't know if I want this. Gains an extra 30% of damage boost and damage reduction. I'm pretty sure damage reduction has like a cap. So let's not get too crazy. Let's get this instead. Why not just get even more damage? Like just the lower I like get. Not me. I didn't self-insert. That's this guy. What I'm... Maybe I shouldn't do these late at night. The more I do these late at night, the worse it gets for me, right? Because then you see just how weird I am. No, but you know exactly how weird I am. I was watching back some like VODs, because like some of them are like weird, okay? And there's I was watching about the Stronghold VOD, which you should see in the channel very soon. If you haven't seen the Stronghold VOD, that first 30 minutes was me trying to figure out how to send the like peasantry to go die. Like to go eat shit and like die. Which to me is that's kind of funny. Not that I would do that to you. Not that I would do that to you, my fellow members of Stickshire. Also, as a bit of a schedule update, the stream schedule is now actually fully consistent. So there's no more weird interruptions and stuff. I've completely, absolutely, 100% determined that a solid schedule that basically works for me and as well as for the things I need to do in life. Thankfully, today was the final day that we had to figure out, okay, what interruptions are like left, or you know, what things I want to do that's like left, and we're basically good. I sound like I'm going to die. I'm gonna do it. No, but like seriously though, it's everything's fine. Things are good. The stream schedule is now much more consistent. It's also been fascinating, so I'm seeing like the again the two sides of the family. So the YouTube family, which is you're gonna be seeing this video. You see this video before basically anybody else. Like this, I don't even know if the people on Twitch know that these videos exist. I genuinely don't think that they do. I don't even know if like Twitch viewers, if we ever think, right? I've seen our collective brain cells when we were trying to figure out and like translate things inside Unicid. There was one single viewer who like carried us, and the rest of us were just like, I think that's a C. Oh, I love beating up like weaker bosses. Holy shit, intimidation. Okay, now maybe now you see what I just did, right? I bought a level 4 unit, and that seems crazy, but it saves me on the essence. The essence is the thing that you need to use to upgrade units, but because this game's map is a limited size, you only have so many resources to go around, so at some point you must be able to decide, okay, well, I can't do anymore, so therefore I need to choose, like, do I spend my essence on this unit or someone else? And there's a lot of very like strong units that you get later on as part of your normal flow throughout this game. For instance, you can get a Divine Kin, effectively. He does a lot of damage, but again, he starts out at level 1. And you have to really think about, okay, how do you maximize your resource usage on your strongest units? And how do you want to build your team composition such that you have a nice mix of like, you know, front and backhand damage, right? It's a very fascinating game. To me, it's a very, very fascinating game. I think this game is a very good auto battler. It's why I enjoy playing it so much, even on my own downtime. It doesn't replace other single player auto battlers like Tales and Tactics. I'm now getting closer and closer to 120 hours in the game. But the feeling that this game gave us is so unique that I can come back to this over and over and over. If auto battlers are a niche game, right? If chess is a niche game, auto battlers are even more niche. And if auto battlers are niche, then, you know, this game is even more niche, right? It's like, what's a good, like, analogy? There is none. Oh, it's like, I don't know, it's like Minecraft. No, but Minecraft is like a global phenomenon. Why is Minecraft so popular? I don't even need to, okay, don't even answer that. I know why. It's Legos. Honestly, you could have replaced Minecraft with, like, you know, paper and a pencil, and you probably still do just as well, but most kids would stop playing the moment that they see someone else's drawings, right? That's why I dropped out of art. Not that I went to art, but like, you know what I mean? I just stopped bothering like art. But that's why this game does, I think, really, really well in my eyes, and why I think the reception to this game has been so interesting, right? Or at least so good for how niche it is. It is so niche that it is sort of like, it dipped into that territory of like super, super good, and you can't get any, you can't get anything like it anywhere else. It's like, y'all watch Breaking Bad? Jesse! We're cooking meth! This is the best goddamn meth in this side of a goddamn country. Is that what he says? I forgot most of the lines. Actually, fun story about Breaking Bad, actually. When I first saw that show, like, I heard about it for so long, but like I have so many shows, I just stopped bothering. Like, you know how when you get like a long list of things to like do, you stop wanting to like try to like get that list of things done. So what I did was, I had Breaking Bad on my list, and I was like, okay, I need to trim my list down. So what I did was, I watched the first and last episode of Breaking Bad, and because, like, mind you, the first and last episode, he has roughly the same hairstyle, right? So, like, I didn't even know that he has, like, I didn't even know about the cancer the entire oh shit. Spoilers if you haven't seen episode 2 or 3. I didn't even know about the cancer plotline until I got to the point where, like, you know, they said it in the actual show when I actually went to watch the entire series, right? That was the only time when I knew about the cancer plotline. I just saw that he went from a high school teacher to dying in front of a gang while holding who I know now as Jesse Pinkman to the floor. But before, I only knew him from the memes of like, Jesse, we're cooking meth. So yeah, if you ever want to suggest me shows, that's what I'm going to do to your favorite show. That's exactly what I'm going to do to your favorite show. Games, fine. I will gladly play games that you suggest for me. But shows, I can drop a game in like 2 hours, and I feel like it's like fine. But I can't sit still to watch a show, and it's a major problem. It's a major issue. I really don't know why. Considering that a lot of good shows, you need time to really sit with it. And I've spoken a lot at like length of like, when a good show is really good and you can sit down with it, it's really, really good. Like, Life Steal. Like, Interstellar. That movie, we were watching again, like, my wife and I, not recently, but like, I want to say like a month ago, and forget how slow it is. It's really slow. You see him go to space, he uses space. He kind of does his own thing in space. They float around. You cry a little. Cry a lot, actually. Yeah, it's a lot. Don't let me go, Murph! Don't let me go! Yeah, that movie's sad. But something like that, you know, to slowly sink your time into, I find I have difficulty doing so. Even though I know that that's like the only way to enjoy such content. It's so painful because there's so many good shows like that I really want to sink my teeth into that I have not been able to. Except for One Piece. I've been endlessly tempted and endlessly trying, like, people have tried to convince me many times to like try it, and they're like, yeah, like after the first like 500 episodes, like, or like the 500 chapters, it gets, you know, that's when it really like picks up. And I'm like, as in like, you know, does it go into the Oscar worthy levels? And like, no, like that's when the story starts. I'm like, oh, you sickos. Well, what's funny is that the One Piece live action was so entertaining that like that's the thing that like made me want to go watch more One Piece. But I'm gonna wait for the actors to act it out because I enjoy the acting of the Luffy character, which I don't know why, but everyone that I talk to has that same opinion of like Luffy, the actor who does Luffy. It's not his fault. I know for sure it's a directorial choice. The way he like talks and the way he says things, it feels very not staggered. What's the word? It's not stiff either. It feels oddly fake and boisterous, right? It is the perfect amount of fake boisterous that fits like this like kid who wants to be the Pirate King. Which, spoilers, I don't know if he will be. But I'll just say that he will be. I'm gonna assume Luffy becomes the Pirate King. Because they're not gonna pull like a Naruto. There's no way, right? Like, okay, maybe they would have. Maybe they were going to pull like a Naruto, where like everyone becomes Hokage, and then Naruto like does at the very, very end, right? But then everyone's going to say, "Oh, you copied Naruto," which is another long running series, right? Do mangakas cuff each other? They probably do, right? Like, imagine you're the dude who makes Hunter x Hunter, right? Sure, you've married the person who has made, you know, Sailor Moon, so you basically won at like life. But then, you can't do any of the cool plot lines, like in Jujutsu Kaisen, right? Now you need to think of entirely new powers that Jujutsu Kaisen doesn't have. Like you can't do Limitless, and you can't do like domain expansion or whatever it's called, right? You're basically doomed, right? So what do? They have to cuck each other. Like nobody can do a ninja themed manga ever again. Do you know why? Because Naruto. They ruined it single-handedly for everyone else. Actually, is there even another? I don't think there's a single other one. And you know what? You can't even do another incest themed manga because guess what? Orihimo did it. God damn it. All the good concepts are like taken. Although that guy double dipped on his own concept. You can't be. People can't say that you're copying from yourself. All they can do is watch in horror as you make another incest anime. You can't keep getting away with this. Oh man. If you have no clue what I'm talking about, I must sound insano. Just don't ever watch Emo. Or maybe that makes you want to watch it, in which case, I'm sorry. But also, good luck. It has moments where it's like good. I'm just saying, it has moments where it's like good, like interesting. It's just weird that they want to fuck each other when they're brother and like sister. Spoiler alert. Tomorrow, Sunday, we're playing a game that involves a brother and a sister fucking each other. I don't know why, but this has been highly recommended in terms of like, it's a weird fucking game to like play. And like no one that I know wants to play it. So a lot of people that I know have been like, can you play it for us? Because we don't want to be the person to be known as like the guy who played this. And I'm like, yeah, sure, I can make a video out of this. So you know what? That's what we're gonna do. That's what we're going to do. Yep. If anything, what I've noticed about streaming and like making videos, right? One, I get to interact with like all of you, which is very, very, very nice. Two, I get to interact with people who aren't so nice, who come in and are like kind of like aggressive or mean or kind of like do like weird things, and I'm like, dude, chill, bro. But on the third thing that I really like about it, I get to try out all the weird shit that I've been thinking of for a long time, and I have an excuse when somebody asks me what the hell I'm doing with my life. Not that it makes it any better. I mean, it doesn't mean that like, you know, all of a sudden it's acceptable. It just means that, you know, I can do it and I can at least make something out of it, right? You can't go wrong like making content out of something weird. You really can't go wrong. It's also sad actually that I think about that mindset now. I've thankfully stayed away from that mindset a lot in terms of like the things that I like to do. Like you may notice that I play these like games a lot. I record maybe like 4 or 5 videos at most of these games, right? Even though I play these games for 200 hours, because I take my downtime very, very seriously, right? Thankfully. But sometimes the like mindset creeps in, and now I understand whenever, you know, streamers or whatever they say like, oh, like you never really stop thinking about it, even though it doesn't really make sense. Sure, I failed. It just says failure. Oh, that's funny. It just instantly says failure. I can't get inside the ruins, by the way. Those ruins are surrounded by these ruins are surrounded literally by Satan. So like, there's not really much I can do here. All I can do is just watch. Cut me. Looks like Pierce on that target. 6% crit rate in this battle. Wait, what? Wait. This guy can get infinite crit. Infinite crit, infinite piercing. Holy shit, this guy's a monster. Yeah, welcome Ranger. Okay, this guy is a beast. Okay, this guy. This is the guy that's gonna carry us. Normal attacks have a 30% chance to inflict 12 stacks of pierced, right? But 100% chance if you deal crit damage. What do? You gain free crit damage. And then you get this. And then you get this. Infinite crit rate for the rest of the battle. And the healer goes, but those were my crossbows, I want them. Well, guess what? You're a healer now. Go, take the staves. Dual wield some wands. Do your thing. Let's go into, not the ruins, or I'll probably die. Who's someone that can, like, beat up you? You look weak. It's like a scene in, like, Kung Fu Hustle where, like, the main guy walks up to the guy who's, like, sitting down. To, like, someone he, like, thinks is, like, weak. And the dude stands up, and he's, like, a 6'5", like, jacked, like, bodybuilder. And he's like, no. Sit down. I meant you. And then it's, like, a shorter guy, but he's still even more jacked. And you're like, how many people here are jacked? If you've never seen that movie, again, you're gonna think I'm insane. But that movie is a masterpiece. Actually, most Stephen Chow movies are, like, masterpieces. It's interesting to see how, like, you know, these, like, more niche, I've been saying niche for the entire day. That has been the word of today. The word of today, if you do Wordle, is niche. Go, you put in the word niche for your Wordle right now, and I guarantee you it's gonna be either the word or you're gonna get at least most of the letters. And then you come back and you thank me. Oh wait, don't even thank me. Post your squares. Post your squares in the comments of this video. I'll do it right after too. But even someone like Stephen Chow, who I think is a very niche movie creator, not in the sense of like niche as in like, you know, bad, but more niche in terms of like, how do you convince someone to watch Kung Fu Hustle or like Shaolin Soccer, right? There's a lot of people who still haven't seen those, right? Which is fascinating to me because they're so good. To me, they're like the classics of like this weird physical comedy cinema, as well as like balls to the walls, like weird concept, right? Oh my god, that reminds me. Okay, I do have to show all of you at some point. At some point, I'll show all of you. It's the funniest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. But it's vaguely related to Stephen Chow, because I think he was a part of the production crew. He wasn't like the director or anything. I think he was a part of the production crew, or maybe he was one of the advisors, or someone he like knew was like an advisor. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he knew a guy who knew a guy, and then he also knew a guy who knew a guy. That's what I'm trying to say. But that reminded me of this thing that I need to show you all, okay? And I only remember because I vaguely remember reading that like the entire industry is like connected. The entire movie industry in like Hong Kong, as well as like, you know, just in general, is like interconnected. And so when I saw that like name, that name has now become an associated word with this movie. And also because the scene that my wife showed me, that was the funniest shit I've ever seen in my entire life. I can't wait to show you all. I genuinely can't wait. So if I can see the next one, attack this next area. Maybe poison? Nah, refresh. Skill inflicts 5 stacks of hemorrhage. Whenever the unit takes the damage, it goes 5% 50% on the max HP. Yo! HP stone. That was so good. Warriors gain a 9% damage boost? No, just damage reduction. Thank you. Alright, so now I think what we could do, I may want to save for later. I could maybe try for this arena, which I think might be the best choice. Yeah, there we go. But it's fascinating too. Movies and games are very much the same way, right? How niche they are. What I've realized is that, like, being niche is not a bad thing. Even for making videos, like, my videos are very, very long. They're like hours worth, right? I feel like it's like more of like, you know, the old school, like, you know, long play style of a game, which to me was something that I'd like to like put on to like listen to, like see. And I enjoy someone playing, like watching someone play a game for a long period of like time too. In fact, I surmise that streaming probably taps into the long play market, right? You think about how many viewers that are usually on like a major channel, right? Most major streamers have like what, 10 to 15k viewers at like, you know, at the very top end, right? So if you think about it like that, that's probably all the long play watchers that ever existed on the YouTube, okay? Now, the long play watchers are all rich. Do you know why? Because we use it to distract our brains so that we can focus on something in front of us. Therefore, we're all successful because we were able to actually focus on something. That's my theory. My theory is that that's a reason why every viewer on Twitch seems to have money to just throw at like anybody. Because we're all long play watchers. I say we as if I'm like a part of that, but like no, I'm not. But yeah, I think it makes sense. I think so. Look at his damage. Look at my archer's damage. Jesus Christ. Execute and gain his soul. Okay, maybe that armor was a bad choice. Although I guess I could use it on him, and then he could get a nice new ring. A niche ring. Niche. Okay, now we gotta go over into... Okay, now we need to do the level 4s. The level 4s are the scariest ones. You may notice that I have a lot of gold, but I'm saving it to buy one good unit. The problem is that to buy a good unit, I need to go inside these ruins. I need to get past that very scary ruins. I could also buy one of these town units, but I've noticed that these town units aren't as interesting nor as strong. They're simply not as cool. Right? They're simply not as cool. If they were cooler, then maybe. But guess what? This demon servant says, "Aha! You want to go to the ruins? No, you can't." I've been cucked once again. Every day I get caught. I'm just kidding. Well, if I was, you wouldn't know. I wouldn't tell you about it. Well, maybe I would. Right? Maybe I would because I would want to, no? Isn't that like half the like fantasy? Half the fantasy is you like tell someone? Listen, I'll stop talking. Anyways, now that we're inside these ruins and I somehow survived, see if we can recruit a good mercenary. This is why these mercenaries are way better. Because look, they get way better exclusive skills, okay? Every unit has their own exclusive skill. They have their own 2 classes. I didn't actually mention how leveling up works. When you level up, you get a chance of getting these skills from this pool of skills based on their classes. But even then, on top of that, they have exclusive skills that are only available to them. So this guy's exclusive skill fucking sucks. For what his build is, it's really good if he has a lot of active skills. He is all passives. So actually, he's useless. There's a warrior who can split multiple times. And hey, actually, he's kind of a monster. Because he gets, not only does he have the exclusive skill to like split into smaller ones, he also does a lot of AoE damage if like the stats appears, which lowers their defense, and also stunning them. He also gets 30% lifesteal is what I think. And because he's a warrior, he gets my warrior emblem bonuses. They deal bonus damage equal to max HP. They get damage reduction when they're low health, which is what he'll always be when he splits. This is a very good fight. A very good fight. Maybe I do want more lifesteal though. No, lifesteal is useless. We go for more stunning, right? Maybe more stunning. We basically try to stun as much as we can. There's a single target move, but for a single target move, it does a lot of damage and keeps them very much within like kill range for the most part, which I think is the right choice here. With a hammer and a scythe, and he's basically just as good as like this berserker dude, who gets even like more stats basically. Now my archer is dead. Oh, he got rezzed. Okay. Now you may remember at the beginning, I was sacrificing my units to like make them into like a different unit. That was a very important thing to like do. When you sacrifice your units, you get these undead units. Okay. The undead support unit revives one of your allies the moment that they die once per battle. Okay? Usually that's not very strong, but in this case, it's extremely strong because my archer died, but he died before the healer. So when he gets revived 50% HP, goes invisible, he gets to keep on fighting. The assassin can't do shit. Maybe I do want to upgrade my tank though. Maybe my tank does need to be stronger. He is surprisingly weak still. But I really don't want to waste it on him because I really want to upgrade the Divine Kin guy because that guy's nuts. Now, you may also notice that positioning in this game is a lot better as well. Other auto battlers, it's not that positioning is not important, but it's basically down to RNG, okay? An auto battler where you're in a PvP match, where you basically RNG who you fight next, you never can position well. Because you're always at the mercy of, like, the RNG getting somebody that you position correctly against. The best time in an auto battler is when you're, number 1 and number 2. So you're both fighting each other and you know what the other person is like doing. But by then, it's too late. All strategy is like gone. All long-term strategy is over. I almost wish that there was an auto battler PvP 1v1 where you could go through an entire match, get up to like a full like size party. But you can change your strategy on the fly as you go, and it feels like a nice sort of like drafting back and forth kind of game. But there's nothing like that. Nothing at all. Also, I don't know why the game just muted. That was weird. It just stopped playing music for a second. But to me, that is when this game excels. And because it's a single player game, you get that feeling all the time, constantly. It's a constant dopamine hit. And I'm sick and tired of being dopamine. Maybe we'll do Krakenstone. Because that seems really good, actually. Especially if I crit. Holy cannoli. Yo, duplicate of a warrior? Hell yeah. Now, I don't know who else I want here. I could get the Executioner, but he's very painful to use. What I want instead is none of these. Let's walk away. Don't even interact with them. No, guys, everyone, we're not gonna even interact with them. Don't even say hello. Just walk away. Just walk away from those 3, okay? I know they seem like they're very cool, but it's just 2 mosquitoes and like a dude with a gun, alright? 2 mosquitoes and a dude with a gun is not gonna help us kill Satan. Satan. Literal Satan. My archer died. You know what's not gonna help us kill Satan either? If my archer died. Ooh, we lost. We lost that one pretty bad. god, the music. Oh god, we got demolished. Okay, well, maybe I can rest. Now we got a problem. But I need to do this arena to be able to walk past it. So there's a bit of a problem, right? There's only one way to these ruins without killing the Demon Lord. I need to do the arena. I need to kill his demon servant. Then I can go into the easier ruins. It's like going through hard mode to unlock easy mode, which seems a bit of a mistake, but you know what? We have to now. Yeah, this might be hard. But you see now where the strategy is starting to come to play, right? My positioning and being able to block the assassins and being able to sort of funnel like safety around my archer. Now the game gets much more interesting, and I can start to see the results of my long-term strategy either paying off or starting to fall apart. And I still have time to pivot, right? The important part is that I still have time to pivot towards something good. For instance, my tank needs a lot more magic defense. Even though he does a lot of damage reduction, he's still not tanky enough to survive every single hit, which is bad. Very, very bad. But look at that crit damage. Oh my god, he's a monster. Look at his crit chance. It's 400%. He crits so much that the game doesn't even know what to do. And to the point where I'm worried if it might bug out and I break. Because that has happened before. I've been, you know, I have lost many a game on this channel due to the bugs. And I don't know why it always happens to me, but you know what? I don't mind doing free bug testing because it's always funny. Like that one time in Cyberpunk when Solomon Reed, somebody broke into the bar while me and Solomon Reed were like talking, and it just kept blasting him. And I was like, wait, why are you attacking Solomon Reed? If you don't know what I'm talking about, you're missing out. That was the best moment of that entire playthrough. You need to go watch the latest Cyberpunk VOD. That shit was hilarious. Okay, this one might be okay. I might be able to kill the Demon Lord, this Demon Servant very easily. Yes, because my tank, look at my tank, my Ghost. My Ghost is so tanky. Actually tanky. Sure, they may die now. Actually, it's dead. Well, okay. But you see the flaw now. Now my tank is not tanky enough. My damage dealer is amazing, but my tank needs to get even stronger. So what I need to do now, and I may just go instead for armor penetration instead. But now, Blade of Pledges. Yes, with Battle Stars bestow 10 stacks of Berserk. Holy shit. Yo. Wait. So, this unit gets free crit chance, so you don't need a lot of crit chance. They gain scaling crit chance too, and once you hit 100% crit chance, you're basically done, right? They're gonna be doing most of the damage anyways. So what I want to have is instead armor penetration and like raw damage values. I want them to have high damage amounts instead of actually trying to go for anything else. I also want this Divine Kitten to be very, very tanky because, and this is the weird part, and I feel like it's counterintuitive, but at the same time it kind of makes sense. The Divine Kin does max health damage anyways. And the damage equals 30% of the enemy's max HP. So, full cast of Soul Devourer and the enemy dies. So you don't really have to do much. Instead, all you want to have is this character stay alive as long as they can. For as long as they can, you want this character to stay alive and heal up a ton of, health and basically just demolish the enemy over time. That is the best case scenario for this character. And I think this was probably the best move. So doing this, now it does 54% of their max HP. So 2 cast kills any monster in the game. And they get a shield that equals their physical attack, which is crazy. And every 10% HP loss, they gain more shield. But now, this unit is a monster. On top of that, my archer now gets the full bonus of that berserk item. So now I can buy a bunch of warriors, place them around my archer, and make that one dude a monster after I get my revenge on this elite enemy. So you see my archer's damage is like nuts now. And you see my Divine Kin, how they almost died anyways. It's important to split your damage even though you may have the literal you have like an angel with you who can like 2-shot things. He dies in 2 shots anyways too. So even though you have that, you still have to be at least somewhat careful with your overcomp. But now you can sort of see like, oh yeah, like the long-term strategy, what you're building towards, how it's going to like lay off, and you see what little variables you can still tweak, which is like what items you can still build. You can even craft items still, and I can still influence like the certain item builds. I still have options to make this even easier or harder as I see fit. But the long-term strategy, I find, is the most interesting part of this game, and it kicks in very, very early. Once you hit level 2 or 3, roughly, that's when the long-term strategy starts to like come into play very, 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 very heavily. And because you see all the variables up front, all the RNG is known to you from the very first moment, there's no surprises. You can just play the game and experience everything that it has to offer, and build a plan around it. And when it succeeds, it's a bit like, I don't want to say it. I don't want to say it. I don't want to say it because I don't know if it's correct. It's a bit like programming, where you see a bunch of variables. It's a bit like programming if you knew everything about the subject matter, right? If you don't have to learn anything new, it's great. If you have to learn something new, it fucking sucks. It actually fucking sucks. But look at the power. Look at the power. It's so good. The best part is you have 2 pale swords now because of my, you know, was it division? Unyielding soul. They get a 90% damage reduction? 90%. What? Just say they take 0 damage at that point. There's no difference. Just say you take 0 damage. What? What's the point of saying 90? I do need a support though, and this support is sick. There's a new support that I unlocked while I was playing offline. So if you saw my playthroughs before, and you're like, whoa, who's that guy? Well, all he does is he throws balls. It's a bit like the main character inside Crosscode. But the idea is that they throw balls that adds debuffs, and then they remove buffs. Why would you remove a buff? Removes half the buffs owned by the ally with the lowest HP. If every 5 stacks of buffs removed, restores the HP by 130% of the magic power. Why would you steal from me? I'll buy you. I'll have you anyways. I won't buy you. But I'll have you anyways, because why not? But I will focus on throwing balls. I will. Well, maybe this. Yeah, this is good. But their whole job is effectively throwing balls at like enemies and like basically causing a chain reaction of like buffs and debuffs to be spawning randomly. Ideally, you want them to cast as much as possible because once they cast enough, they eventually get to the point where everyone just kind of like dies, basically. It's a very interesting sort of character that I like a lot. I like what they do, even though I do think it's kind of hard to build them well. I do think it's at least worth it to like try because you get a lot of really good stats from them. A lot. Now also, maybe we'll put the Divine Kin up in front. You know, to do his job. To slay Satan. Satan! Oh, yeah, also, the spooky horror reading stuff, it reminded me of a movie. Ooh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Snowflake Stone. That thing is good. Max health damage shred. If they attack from warriors, it heals them, does crit damage. Nah, it's okay. Anything new? Warriors get 10% Omni Steel thing effect. That's alright. Yeah, it's fine. But that reminds me a lot of like, a movie that I used to watch with my friends. It was kind of a yearly tradition to go through like each one slowly. It was Omen. So I don't know how to explain this, but that movie is very much in my mind because of one scene in particular when the main character's wife spills hot sauce from her mouth. I don't really know how to explain this. She spills hot sauce from her mouth, basically. Seawalker, a mage. Yes, that's what I need. I do need a mage. And like, it's not hot sauce, right? But I was reminded of it because the Subway hot sauce has the same consistency and the same color as the wife's like practical effects blood, right? And in the first thing I said when I saw that scene when she fell over and like died and like the fake blood was like pouring out was, that's just Subway hot sauce. And so like eventually it spawned this whole thing of like, my son is the devil and my wife is a Subway sandwich. But yeah, basically that movie is amazing. We were reading some horror stories today, but The Great God Pan by Arthur Machen, and next time we'll read the King in Yellow. But reading it reminded me a lot of like how like Omen was, right? It actually had a lot of the same sort of like symbolisms and like concepts about it, which is fascinating to me. Because now it makes sense sort of like, okay, where these concepts sort of like started from. A lot of the stuff is like, you know, rehashed from like somebody else. Not that that's bad, right? but in a sense of like, it's fascinating to see how inspiration sort of like take like hold, right? Because I thought that was a fantastic book. It had issues, obviously, and like, wait, sorry, I need to think about this. Yeah, stunned, waves. Giving 3 stacks of frozen. The target enemy within 3 stacks of frozen, so 5 times 3 is 15. Holy shit, that's a lot actually. But why not just do that? And 10 stacks of stun, enemies around target around target and frozen. I need to go level 5 with her, I think. Yeah. Yeah, refresh. Yeah. I should have gotten the waves. Fuck. I should have gotten the waves. God damn it. Grants a shield and strength goes on to the highest thing. That's fine. We'll go with this. A final Stone of Magic, and we'll go with this. I always inflict more stacks of D buffs. So we get the Thaw bonus. Get this. Frozen Book. Looks cool. Alright, cool. Element Staff, the one and only. When inflicting a debuff for every 5 stacks of debuff they own, deals 50% magic damage to the target. Wait, isn't that's better on my Alchemist actually? No, its cooldown's too slow. We'll go with this for now. This is good. Now that is good. Okay, so now I wonder if there's other things. But yeah, the whole point of that was to say that like, it's fascinating seeing where the origins of a lot of like what we believe to be like, you know, or like what I thought were very interesting. This does solve it for me. Sorry, just okay. Wait. One topic at a time, Stick. Tangent. Every time I've gotten a mystery, when I found the second one, the first one disappeared. I realize now it's a bug. I need to report the bug. You lose the first mystery if you don't complete it and you find the second mystery. But you can get both mystery units as long as you kill each one separately. I get the Monkey King. This guy's a monster. Fuck, I should have used this. Take that shit. I'm stealing all of your stuff. Cool. Did I get anything cool? Yep, I got a 1 staff. Thanks. No attacks have 30% chance to inflict 5 stacks of Pierce. Skill damage will remove Pierce and deals shoot damage equal to... that's a lot of words to confuse me. You can't confuse me. You can't confuse me. I will not be confused. The 3 furthest enemies deal and then... Oh, 10 stacks of Pierce. Within 1 tile around them. Is that better? Nah, the hammer's cooler. Imagine just like tossing hammer. Holy shit, gains a shield with this equal to the pierced amount. What the fuck? That's broken. So the Monkey King can spawn copies of him. And now when you inflict Pierce, which is all that he does, he always inflicts Pierce. He also gets a shield. And he gets more and more tanky over time. And dude's a beast. Holy shit. Okay, so wait, so now I'm gonna do this. Yeah, we do that. And we'll give you the hammer as well. That's really good. Then you two, you get like shitty swords. Here, you get an arrow. What is a barbarian going to do with a single arrow? What was I talking about? I'm talking about something very important. It wasn't really important, but it was very important to me. I should have finished my train of thought. Oh. Okay. But somebody has got to tell me what I was going to say, okay? Whatever I was talking about, just like let me know. Because I really won't remember. God damn it. God. No! Anyways, let's now give them skills. One of the best additions that this game did was these. This is a recent patch thing. You can teach one of your units a skill from another class, so you get to multi-class even further the units that you have. You also get to choose one of the exclusive skills of another class for this character as well. So I actually might just go, wait, let me cook. Yeah, let me cook. Wait. Is this dumb? Is this dumb? Does he have a range limit on skills? Okay, so the problem is that he has to be in like melee range to use his skill. He can't be far away. He has to be within melee range. But the Monkey King doesn't care. Monkey King doesn't give a fuck. This dude can stand all the way back here. He doesn't give a fuck. That was probably the worst thing that I've ever done. I think I ruined my like run. We may have lost here. We may have lost. Let's see what skills over here. What's a good one for my main dude? You know what would be really good? This thing for my main damage dealer, so we can inflict burning. Wait, maybe this? Oh! No one has a chance to inflict 10 attacks of Pierced. He has that now. He's just an archer though, right? But he's not a crossbowman. So you can teach a skill as long as they're not the same class. He's not. He's an archer, so he can't get this. Yeah, but he's not a crossbowman, so he can get infinite. For every 10% crit rate, increases skill damage by 10%. Wait, let me cook. Do I want infinite attack speed or do I want infinite skill damage? Because he gets infinite crit rate, infinite. He never stops scaling. Oh, that's kind of busted actually. Holy fuck. Let's try it. Alright, let's try it. Okay, so then what we do is we put this. We put this onto maybe my mage actually. Like this onto my mage herself could be good. Because then she does something besides like, you know, freeze. She also burns like a tiny bit. But how does it work exactly? Enchant self in the alley with the highest attack speed when the battle starts, causing them normal. Okay, I'm pretty sure this should work out fine. Yeah, so he should have the highest attack speed, my archer. Right? Attack speed, 136%. 152, fuck off. You motherfucker. Why do you have so much attack speed? Holy cow. Give me that. 171. 121. Okay, good. And then you also just, actually no, you don't get that. You get that. Because now, I forgot, this guy has range. He's now a range unit, actually. Let me cook. Let me cook. Oh yeah, speed the cooking. We will do a cooking stream eventually. I've just been trying to figure out, like, what's a good, like, time to, like, do it. Because I don't want to do it at, like, a bad time. Wait, how much range does he have? 6. So if he stands here, he can hit every unit. I imagine he doesn't need to hit the back line. So as long as he's relatively safe, it's fine. So like roughly here even. I think this is a good spot to be. Yeah, roughly here. Put these two here. Put you here. And then any assassin will spawn to fight these three, basically. Which should be good. I can hire one more person at level 1. Which I mean, might as well. Who wants to join? Sure. Ready! You're so dead, dude. I'm so sorry for bringing you into this fight. It was nice knowing you, though. Really nice knowing you. Oh wait, there's still one more boss. Not for long. Time to take everything you have. We'll also use this contract as well. So we're gonna try to steal their units now. Using all those contracts. It should be okay. It should be roughly okay. I'm pretty sure I just win. Oh my god. And when I steal a unit, I can sell them for later. This is really not looking good for me. I didn't get anything, by the way. Nothing. Not a single unit. Now all I can do is fight the boss, actually. Alright. Like, this may be a good run. This may be a good win. I don't think I'm going to lose considering how strong I am. But before I do, let's start and craft some items. Every time I crafted an item, by the way, every time I've ever crafted an item, I usually lose right after, because when I craft the item, I tend to run out of items for the rest of my units. So, let's see if that happens here. Oh, yes. Oh. Oh, yes. Okay, so now, yes. Red crossbow. Have you heard of the High Elves? Sorry, my voice sounded like that, so it bothered me. It's fascinating actually playing Starfield and like thinking of playing it again. I don't feel like a strong compulsion to play it, like how I felt a strong compulsion to play Skyrim. I remember playing Skyrim and I'm like, even just walking around, I found even more things. Like, I'm like, wait, I played the game so many times, though to be fair, all I did was the Thieves Guild, which you all saw. But like still, I'm surprised that I can still find things in that game to like, you know, have fun with. It's odd how interesting that game has been for so long, IMO. It's a bit freaky, actually. I wonder, maybe... It's a bit like digital crack, you know what I mean? Same deal. Okay, so now, what do we want? I do want that max HP stone on my tank. One of these tanks, actually. Maybe on him, actually. Yeah, okay, your epic heavy armor gets upgraded. So now your epic heavy armor gets bonus HP. Yes. You're welcome. You're much tankier now. What else should I upgrade here? We have a lot of gems left. We need to see what's worth it. Crit damage increases is decent. But actually, this should be... Yes, this should be for my Monkey King. So what I should do is the dagger will stay, but maybe the crossbow goes to him instead. Or the arrow. Yes. The arrow. Yes. Okay, so the arrow will be upgraded to be a nice, fancy new explosive stone. No, lifelink stone. So you can lifesteal and not die within the first like 5 seconds. Now I'll keep upgrading things to give people more stuff too. Like my mage. My mage could use something. What does my mage get? I don't know, but you get nothing actually. You get nothing. Do you know why, mage? Because all your items are garbage. Like actual trash. Sure. I don't know, crit damage, yeah, sure. But alright, there's nothing left to upgrade. Wait! Blue hammer. Blue hammer can now be Blue hammer can now be purple hammer. Yes. Yes. Now we're cooking. Alright, this should be a broken build. I'm pretty sure maybe he should be here. Okay, so he should be here. He can hit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He can hit everything but the final line, which is fine because that's what my archer is for, okay? We're about to see a guaranteed win here. This has been the best run yet, and I appreciate again all of you for checking out this channel. I really do appreciate it. Even though it's something that I do for fun, I try to make it as best as I can a show for you. So again, do let me know if you don't find things interesting. But I try my best to make it interesting for all of you. And because it is, and because you do enjoy it, it brings a smile to my face of like, ah, yes, this is working out well. Actually, I can re-roll this like character. Spring of Oblivion is amazing because you can re-roll the characters that you have to give them better skills. Like this guy's skill kind of sucked, but this is insane. Yes. Chemical Storm. We're casting a skill. No. Yes. Now we're cooking. Holy shit. Like 9 more stacks when applying buffs with debuffs. And, oh my god, 28 stacks of debuffs. Holy cow. I may level down my Divine Kin too to give my Monkey King more, actually. There should be another spring somewhere. Yeah, there we go. So my Divine Kin is not really my strongest unit right now. My Archer is my strongest unit, right? So like, my Monkey King getting stronger is even better for me. Especially since he can basically stay from a very long way away and do a bunch of like max health damage for free. Which is kind of broken. And he gets to stun them as well. So, on top of that, that's not just him. His clones get to do that too. His clones get to do max health damage and perma-stun anybody in the game. It's a bit broken, actually. It's a bit broken. Sure, to the bone. Sure. Get a shield? Yes. And you still get to be level 4? Wow, that's actually busted. How do you still get to be level 4? That's not fair. What? That's not fair at all. How do you still get to be level 4? Wait. You have a blue shield? Wait. You fucking suck. Whatever. Kill Demon Lord. Now this is the hardest fight, okay? If I fuck this up, then we lose everything, and then we go and I go to sleep mad. But I don't think I'll lose. We'll play at normal speed because the potions may come in handy. You may notice that they have assassins, right? So the assassin's gonna jump back. They're gonna land in the only empty space left, which is that, okay? They're gonna have to deal with this monster of a tank line. Although I could move them upwards. Nah, it's worth it. Good. I'm gonna use these 3 potions. Okay, I can't use it anymore. Okay, now we play in hyperspeed because there's nothing left I can do. Just like ants, all you can do is watch and hope. Dear God. That wasn't even close. That wasn't even close. My 2 Monkey Kings did more damage than my Mage and the Pale King. Actually, my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, my 5 Monkey Kings did more damage than my Pale Swordsman. All of them combined. Wait. 8,000, 14,000, 17,000, 19,000. Holy shit. My Monkey Kings almost did as much damage as a single archer. From the city. He's useless. On day 18, cleared difficulty 0. That doesn't sound as cool anymore. Well, we exercised. Exorcist. Complete. It's like the last Exorcist, right? But, wait, what if this is just a... What if this... this should have been like a tie-in video game with The Last Exorcist. It would have been probably ridiculed for being low quality, but then people would have realized the genius of the game afterwards. I have nothing else to talk about. That's all for Legendary Creatures 2. We exercised.